Hey y'all, this is Charles Madison, Nexxlegacy News, reporting. Thanks for taking the time out to see what I'm talking about, basically. Leave a comment. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit the notifications button. Thank you in advance. I appreciate it. So, look, the Congress already has begun to review the unredacted Epstein files this week. What could happen could reshape the narrative. A new phrase is unfolding on Capitol Hill as members of Congress have already begun to review a set of unredacted files that, until now, have been shielded from public view. The move signals a potentially pivotal moment in an ongoing issue that has sparked concern, speculation, and growing demands for transparency. For months, questions have lingered. What exactly is in those documents? Why are they withheld? And perhaps, most importantly, what will lawmakers do once they see the full picture? And this is why these moments matter. Unredacted files often represent the difference between speculation and confirmation. Redactions are typically used to protect national security interests, confidential sources, or ongoing investigations. But they can also obscure context, timelines, and accountability. Now, with full access now underway, Congress will be in a position to verify whether information previously shared publicly was incomplete, identify who knew what and when, determine whether oversight failures occurred, assess if furthering investigations, hearings, or policy changes are needed. This is not just a procedural thing. It's a test of institutional transparency and trust. While the contents remain unknown to the public, several likely scenarios could unfold. One is the congressional hearings. If the files reveal discrepancies, delays, or misconduct, lawmakers could call for public hearings. These sessions often bring witnesses, agency officials, and experts forward to answer questions under oath. Two is bipartisan tensions or alignment. Depending on the nature of the material, reactions could split along political lines or unify both parties around accountability. Historically, issues involving classified handling or oversight can quickly become national flashpoints. 3. Calls for accountability. Should the documents indicate negligence, suppression of information, or procedural breakdowns, pressure may mount for resignations, internal investigations, or structural reforms. 4. Limited public disclosure. Even after review, the public may not see everything. Lawmakers could release summaries rather than full documents, citing national security or legal constraints. This could either reassure the public or fuel more questions. The bigger question, why now? Timing is everything in Washington. The decision to allow congressional review at this stage raises important considerations. Was pressure from the Oversight Committee reaching a tipping point? Did the internal reviews conclude it was time for broader access? Is this a proactive transparency effort or a response to mounting scrutiny? Those questions will likely shape how the public interprets whatever is to come. And there's public trust at stake. Moments like this tend to ripple beyond policy circles. They influence public perception of government credibility, media coverage, and institutional integrity. If the files confirm responsible handling, it could restore confidence. If they reveal concealment or delay, the fallout could be significant. Either way, transparency often changes the conversation, even before the details are released. So what happens next? After lawmakers complete their review, the next signals to watch include statements from oversight committee leaders, announcements of hearings or investigative steps, agency responses or internal reviews, whether any portion of the files is made public. The pace could be rapid. Major developments sometimes follow within days when Congress gains access to all of the material. The reality is this: at this stage, the biggest truth is uncertainty. Unredacted files rarely produce simple answers. More often, they introduce a whole other set of questions, and sometimes expose gaps in communication, coordination, and/or leadership. But one thing is clear: Congress will see the full record. Hopefully, the narrative shifts from speculation to document fact, and in Washington, facts tend to trigger action. Nexxlegacy News will continue monitoring reactions from Capitol Hill and provide updates as lawmakers begin reviewing material and determining the next steps forward.